Well, I'm not gonna let you do it anymore. Not today!
Sean.
Oh.
Hello, Internet! I'm Omnivorous, and today we're gonna be doing some Brawlin', playing the Necrobloom. The Necrobloom is a 2/7 for 1 and white, black, and green, and it has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/1 green plant token. If you have 7 or more different lands, you create a zombie instead. It's also going to give all of our lands dredge, allowing us to get them back from the graveyard every time we draw a card. So what we're looking to do is create a ton of tokens and then double those tokens with things like Ocelot's Pride here, which is ridiculous. It's going to double our tokens at the end of turn. Then we have tons of effects that give us payoffs whenever our stuff dies, like Sephiroth, draining our opponents out for the win. To help us do that, we have tons of things that we can sacrifice to, including Yawgmoth here, who can sacrifice creatures, shrink our opponent's creatures, and draw us cards. The deck also comes at the angle of playing additional lands each turn so that we can maximize the number of tokens that we generate with our commander. I Still Explore is an all-star at doing this because it doubles up our lands and lets us play lands from the graveyard while milling us, which gets more lands in our graveyard, which is just what we want anyway. And we have plenty of powerful targets for us to dredge back with our commander, including fetch lands, which will double up our landfall trigger for the turn, and strip mine, which is a personal favorite because we can shut our opponents off of lands entirely. So let's go brawling and see if we can drown our opponents in some zombies. Alright, the opponent and I had some very typical starts getting our arcane signets down. I'm thinking I need to get this Still Explorer going. Not only is he really just great at enabling our strategy, but he's going to help us ramp ahead in lands so that we have the advantage there as well. Give me that land, give me another land, thank you very much. Alright. The opponent's probably oblivious to what's about to happen, kind of like at the start of Shaun Dead when they're walking home and they just see the one zombie and they have no clue that it's actually a zombie. Opponent's gonna play this big brawler, but it's not gonna really do much of anything because he's not gonna have much of a chance to activate it. We're gonna start just flooding the board. This Chocobo doubles up our double land drop, so now we're gonna really be cooking. Here comes the zombie. Alright, we're gonna buff up our dude some, and yeah, we're gonna play this fetch land and crack it, and we're sitting pretty, yeah. I have no complaints. I'm sitting on a good number of zombies, and my commander is nice and buff. Fetch lands really are just the best. Being able to double up the landfall trigger and then have the Chocobo double up again is just ridiculous. Opponent's gonna kill something, but it's not gonna be enough. That is way too little too late. You're gonna have to tap out, buddy. You're already cooked. We'll play this god here. Oshirtak is gonna triple up the number of creatures that we get, and that's gonna triple up the zombies that we get, and so now we're gonna have a horde of zombies so huge the Walking Dead cast would shit their pants.
It's over 9,000!
I'm kinda surprised the opponent didn't see this coming. It's not like I haven't been buffing myself with Bristly Bill, but hey, we'll just fetch this land and see what happens.
You triggered my trap card!
Alright, so we've already got ourselves a Zulaport Cutthroat. We're gonna make one Dryad because we really do want the mana to play our Ice Tilt and still be able to strip mine our opponents twice next turn. Not even loot can save you from what's about to happen, buddy. We're gonna hit you with these double strip mines and we're gonna make you cry. One down. And another. Opponent was able to play 2 lands, and then they gave up, seeing that we're going to just keep strip mining them. So we're going to go ahead and slam this priest. This asshole is one of the best cards in the deck. It's going to just make our opponents consistently sacrifice because we're going to have plenty of tokens like the plant tokens to throw at them and just make them lose all of their stuff while giving us a card and extra mana. We're going to start by blowing up this Dryad just to make sure that they don't have anything on board once we start making them sacrifice their thing. And they play an Overlord of the Hauntwoods. That thing's just gonna die. Let's make 2 Dryads and then force him to sacrifice his thing. It's really a hard choice between the Dryads or the Commander, but I do think keeping them off of creatures completely is the better play, even though I'm just going to immediately sacrifice these things. He just doesn't get it. He's gonna get sacrificed again. I'm gonna hit him with that sack, and he's gonna lose 10 yards again. And I really do love how this card generates mana, so it'll allow me to play this Tireless Tracker. And yeah, it was so good, let's keep doing that. Let's keep making him sacrifice everything he has. Opponent played a Lotus Cobra, only to have it sacrificed to me. Yum, 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 yum. You'd think the opponent would have enough. I've made him sacrifice a creature every turn, but he still just keeps on running out one thing for me to make him sacrifice it. And to rub things in, we're going to play this Mirkwood Bats. It's going to hit them every time we have a zombie come out, as well as every time we sacrifice a zombie. It's kind of funny. Though, at this point, I think the opponent knows that they're fucked.
Proper fucked.
Yep, proper fucked. So that first hand was shite, but this one is low-key godly. It only has 1 proper land, but between the others that have the flip lands on them and everything, I have enough mana to be doing some really ridiculous stuff. Let's see. We played a tap land past, and then I'm actually kind of upset that they alchemized this card. I don't feel like it really needed it, but here is Ocelot Pride for 2 mana. Now, Ocelot Pride is one of the best token doublers that they've ever printed, and it snowballs with itself. Now we're gonna bestow the Spring Heart Nantuku onto the Ocelot Pride here. This thing lets us copy the Ocelot Pride every time it has a land enter, and then we pay the 2 mana for its ability. Which means we're gonna have doublers of our token doubler. We are off to the races. The opponent doesn't know how fucked they are, but it's gonna be funny when they catch on. We'll play land, and then we will go ahead and pay the 2 and create another Ocelot Pride. And then swing with Pride and get in, get that life. Alright, now we've got double Prides. Let's see what happens. Just so many kitties. Now our opponent here is gonna do the sensible thing and try and wipe out all of our creatures, but I've been holding back this card that's gonna give my Ocelot Pride indestructible and a +1 counter, so it's gonna survive. Alright, let's do that again. Play a land and copy the Pride. We're gonna slam this Overlord as an enchantment just so that we can get another land trigger and see what happens. We do have to slap the opponent real quick just to get the life to trigger the Pride, but that's how it goes, it's okay. And that's just too much pussy for the opponent, and the kitties come through. Alright, this is another game where we're gonna try and go strip in. I love seeing strip mine in my opening hand because if you can get it out before turn 4, that means that you can strip mine your opponent twice on turn 5 before you even draw. But in this case, we have a Lotus Cobra to help us out, so we're gonna do that a turn earlier. Our opponent's gonna flounder this very bad attack. I don't know why they did that, and we're gonna place this hold so that when we go to our upkeep, we are able to strip mine the opponent and then dredge back the strip mine to play the strip mine again. And they didn't like that. They knew what was coming. They were gonna have no lands, and I would be laughing. All right, we were able to get out loot against this token deck, which is gonna let us play an extra land. Opponent's gonna play a Necrobloom Ancient. Those things are amazing, but I don't understand why he is stationing this land. We'll dredge back a land and play it, and then play land number 2. I don't really got much going on in my hand, so I'm gonna activate loot. In most cases, getting the Worn Soul Trader is the better idea here so I can have a ton of treasures, but I want that 6 so that I can have some redundancy. We were able to mill a Vein Ripper, so we're gonna retrace this thing and get it back in play. I just may be psychic. We're gonna attack with 6 just so that we can get a land back. He blocks and kills it. That was predictable, but now Vein Ripper's gonna hit him. And we're gonna continue to just try and keep out-tokening the token deck by just flooding with more and more land. The opponent was able to land a Soul Warden, which might save them in normal situations, but I feel like it doesn't outraise the Vein Ripper. We're going to play this Ashaya, which is amazing because it's going to turn all of our non-token creatures into lands so that we get landfall every time we play a creature. Yep, Soul Warden getting you life. That's not going to be enough to save you though, bro. You're dead. Alright, buckle up, Bonehead, because it's time to kill you. Opponent's probably not ready for this, but we're going to hit them with a Wrath of God and drain them out the game.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
And that's it for Brawlin. I had a lot of fun with it. For the most part, the deck wins. I only had a few games where I actually lost. They were mainly because I just did not want to play against stacks pieces and just scooped as soon as I saw a stacks piece. But yeah, all the other games I actually went the distance for, and yeah, the deck performs. Let me know in the comments if this is the kind of thing you all want to see more of. Thanks for watching the video. Go ahead and give it a like and subscribe for more nerd content. Hope you enjoyed having fun with me, and I will catch y'all next time.